Right now at 10, campaign stops in the Chippewa Valley. VP Kamala Harris and Senator J.D. Vance both rallied in Eau Claire today. And a key witness takes the stand in the retrial of the 2021 triple homicide in West Salem. Plus, Overdose Awareness Month, how La Crosse is combating the rising drug crisis.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. The road to the White House ran through Eau Claire as both major parties had campaign events in the area today. Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance rallied his base. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris and her recent VP pick, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, spoke to their voters at the Eau Claire event district. More than 12,000 people came out in the heat to hear from the candidates. Eau Claire residents at the event were excited the campaign decided to stop in their city, saying they didn't expect Harris and Walz to visit their area. Many attendees wanted to hear about the issues, and Harris made it clear where she stands on reproductive rights.
And when I am President of the United States and when Congress passes a bill to restore the protections of Roe v. Wade, I will sign it into law.
Simple. This election is all about
Access sharing a personal story about his wife undergoing the treatments in order to have their daughter Hope. The ticket also hit on gun control, health insurance, and their goal to penalize companies that price gouge. Former President Donald Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, was also in Eau Claire today. He has been touring the same battleground states as Harris this week. Vance spoke at aviation equipment manufacturer Woolard International, where he criticized the Biden-Harris's administration's handling of hot-button issues such as immigration, crime, and the economy. Vance started off his remarks joking that Air Force Two would soon be his to occupy and attacked Harris for her lack of press engagement.
And I went over there because I thought it might be nice to check out this plane that's going to be mine in a few months if we all take care of business, and I think we will. But mostly, actually, I wanted to go and say hello to the journalists who are traveling along with the vice president because I figured they must be lonely because Kamala Harris doesn't take any questions.
At a separate campaign event yesterday, Vance, a Marine veteran, criticized Governor Tim Walz's military record, stating he has not spent a day in combat zone. While the two may disagree on many things, both Walz and Vance have made it clear they want to debate each other, though no date has officially been announced. A key witness was on the stand today in the second day of Nia Tao's retrial for murder. A 2023 trial ended with a hung jury. Tao is one of two accused of being the trigger man in a shooting that left 3 dead in a West Salem quarry in 2021. Yesterday, lawyers argued whether it was Tao or his co-defendant, Kamthaneth Rattanasak, who pulled the trigger. Today, the only living witness to the crime besides the pair, Bridget Schlicht, offered her input, referring to Tao by the name Kush and Rattanasak as Black.
What order did Black give to Kush?
That he better do this before he does.
What was going on when he said that?
He was handing Kush the gun.
Kush took the gun, then what happened?
Black got in the vehicle, and Kush walked back and forth a little bit, and then said "F it" and shot all 3 of them.
Rattanasak was sentenced to life in prison back in January. He accepted a plea deal to testify against Tao in the last trial and is expected to testify again this time around. 3 others also testified today, including a firearm examiner. A woman who stole money from her job at a corner store in Eau Claire pleads guilty. Devin Becker pled guilty to 1 felony count of theft in a business setting in Eau Claire County Court today. In July, Becker was accused of stealing roughly $75,000 from the corner store in Eau Claire County. According to the criminal complaint, Becker admitted to taking the money to fund her addiction to cocaine and alcohol. She entered a guilty plea in exchange for a 16-year deferred prosecution agreement. Well, a few light showers this evening in La Crosse, and we're expected to have a few more all throughout the night, Greg, tonight.
A few sprinkle showers here. La Claire also has had some light rain in here in the last 30 or 40 minutes, but very light, only picking up like 1/100. So that's what we're going to probably see. At least there's a little batch there. We're going to have a break here overall if you look at radar, and then we're going to see some more. But overall, that's what you're looking at. But Eau Claire that went through up to the north too. Very light rain. Once again, just a sprinkle or a shower maybe. Otherwise, you look at the activity further south. We're still looking at nothing right now. Big picture shows all that activity will start to increase east of Minneapolis as we get past midnight, and I think Eau Claire will be more like 1 to 4 will probably be the best shot to see some light rain or continuous light rain. As you work your way throughout, excuse me. As you work your way out, you can see that the temperatures there getting back to 70. That light rain chance for the morning hour really diminishes quite quickly for La Crosse. The same story for Eau Claire. That precipitation will come to an end, and we're talking some light rain for your morning commute, possibly. A lot of areas further south of La Crosse probably will not see, but notice the winds too beginning to pick up behind the front. So you might need a little bit of long sleeve for tomorrow afternoon with the sun comes out a little bit and the winds pick up. But you're probably going to need a jacket more for like Friday, and I'll kind of show you what I mean with the temperatures and what it looks like going in the weekend a bit later in the broadcast.
Okay, thank you, Greg. The La Crosse area is encouraging conversations around a growing epidemic. Today, Mayor Reynolds and County Board Chair Trigestad proclaimed August as Overdose Awareness Month to combat the rising drug crisis. A panel of experts discussed emerging drug trends and answered attendees' questions. St. Clair Health Executive Director says getting to the root of drug use is a key step in helping people overcome their battle with addiction.
Help people to better unpack that trauma and build the life that they want to live. There's not going to be a big reason for that person to make that shift.
Alliance to Heal is an organization partnering with the La Crosse area to provide resources for those who may need help. We have a link to their website on our digital platforms. The world-famous fraternal organization Shriners International is in La Crosse for their annual association convention. The 15 chapters across the Midwest rotate hosting the convention each year. This year, over 750 members are attending the 3-day conference at the La Crosse Center. The organization supports the Shriners Children's Hospitals that are scattered across the U.S. Members say they joined the organization because of the impact it has on children all over the U.S.
We help all these hospitals for children. The rewarding part is when you actually get to meet one of the Shriners' children that has benefited from our philanthropy.
Conferences are open to all members of the fraternity and their families. The conference includes a variety of social events, parades, and competitions. A major milestone was celebrated in Winona today. It was the 125th anniversary of the Winona Public Library and the finale of its summer reading program. The library opened in 1899 after William H. Laird donated $50,000 to construct a new building in Winona. The library is now registered as a historic place. A director of the library says it remains a helpful resource for the community after all of these years.
I think we are pretty resilient and a good group of brainstormers on staff. We're able to really meet the needs of the community. Whatever that need is, we can usually accommodate in some regard that makes sense for the community.
The celebration treated guests to hot dogs, root beer floats, and a foam party. Winona State University unveiled their new ropes course today. The 45-foot high and 30-foot long course is on the Education Village campus. The high ropes course serves as both an academic resource and a center for physical wellness, promoting one of the university's founding goals of play in education.
Hope they get an opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to set my phone down and I'm going to do something, and I'm going to do this challenging thing with people, and it's going to contribute to my growth and development.
Winona area public schools also plan to use the course to expand their educational activities. A swift exit, a terroristic threat tied to ISIS, causes the cancellation of Taylor Swift shows in Austria.
Hard to top the bargain shop.
When you want new furniture with styles that are nice, and we've made very special buys that are always the right price.
Now in all home furniture stores.
Gotta make a stop at the bargain shop.
We've all seen these ads by Senator Baldwin attacking me. She's lying to you. But that's what career politicians do when they get in trouble. The truth? I was born and live in Wisconsin. I've never run a nursing home, and of course I believe seniors should vote. The false attacks are going to keep coming because she has nothing to run on. Her record has failed us on inflation, the border, and crime. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message for this reason. It's time for change.
Transform your home's exterior with our new award-winning collection of steel roofing products at River Valley Remodelers. Our new products offer timeless and traditional shingle appeal with long-lasting durability for our Midwest weather. If you're seeking style and protection for your home, give us a call today or scan the QR code below for a free consult and design, and we'll get you exactly what you're looking for. River Valley Remodelers. Improve your home, build our community.
When you want a great deal on mattresses,
Gotta make a stop at the bargain shop.
how about this Fusion Luxe Hybrid Queen mattress for $5.99?
Gotta make a stop at the bargain shop.
In all home furniture stores.
Several upcoming Taylor Swift concerts were just canceled after the arrests of 2 suspected terrorists who were plotting a possible attack focused on one of her sold-out shows. Authorities say one of the men has sworn an oath to ISIS, and police are pursuing additional suspects. The Austrian chancellor said that while the cancellations are a bitter disappointment to Swift's fans, the situation was very serious and, quote, a tragedy prevented. The Eras Tour is already the highest grossing concert tour in music history, ranking in more than $1 billion. We have more details on this developing story from CBS's Chris Livesay in Italy.
It's one of the biggest tours in history. Tonight, made even more memorable for the wrong reasons. A terrorist plot thwarted by police to attack Taylor Swift's concerts later this week in Austria. Police say 2 suspects who radicalized themselves on the internet are now in custody. One of them swore allegiance to ISIS, then carried out concrete preparatory acts for a terrorist attack. The bomb squad was called after police say they found the suspects in possession of chemical substances. A catastrophe averted, but all 3 concerts have been canceled as a precaution. Ruling out a repeat of the 2017 attack in Manchester, England, when a suicide bomber killed 22 people during an Ariana Grande concert. Tonight in Austria, that's an estimated 65,000 fans per day and another 15 to 20,000 who were expected to gather outside the stadium, now forced to stay home from a tour that's been called a cultural phenomenon. And tonight, CBS News has learned the information about the 2 suspects in Austria originated from U.S. intelligence and was communicated to Austrian authorities. Chris Livesay, CBS News, Venice.
Back to school jitters, how to calm nerves in your child as they gear up for a new school year.
And breezy conditions for Thursday, but we might actually see chilly conditions for a lot as we kind of struggle to get into the 70-degree mark. So I'll break down what that feels like and then what we're looking at for the weekend, including when those temps might actually get back to near 80 degrees. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
You'll soon vote on 2 misleading constitutional amendments. They're designed to trick voters into eliminating checks and balances in our government. It's a power grab to give the legislature the sole power to distribute emergency funding. Our legislature is ruled by bickering and gridlock. 6 months without passing a bill. Millions lost from their failures. So don't give them the sole power. Vote no to questions 1 and 2.
Hello, it was 1990 when I first looked out at the TV and told you about high quality at lower prices. Hi, I'm Miles Wilkins, owner of the Board Store. Some things have changed. Products have gotten so much better. We've gone from 3 to almost 80 employees, and I'm just a little bit older. Some things haven't changed. We still offer high quality at lower prices. Call today for a prompt free estimate on your next home improvement from the Board Store.
Celebrate the final weeks of summer and turn your summer earnings into a new account at Ultra. From now until August 24th, open a new youth account with $25 and we'll match your $25. Whether you have a job with a pay stub or earned your money at a lemonade stand, anyone 17 and under will qualify. Plus, you'll automatically be entered to win one of 5 $100 Visa gift cards. Don't miss out on this end of summer offer. Open your account today, online or at any Ultra office. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, I'm Brody from Great River Harley-Davidson. If you haven't been in this year, consider this your invitation to stop by.
Saturday, August 17th, join Jesse James Dupree of Jackal at Great River Harley-Davidson for a whiskey bottle signing at 10 a.m. Then hop on your bikes because we're hitting the road with Jesse James Dupree for a 120-mile ride around the Cooley region.
Whether it's your first time on a bike or you've been riding for years, I want to invite you to stop into Great River Harley-Davidson.
We've all seen these ads by Senator Baldwin attacking me. She's lying to you. But that's what career politicians do when they get in trouble. The truth? I was born and live in Wisconsin. I've never run a nursing home, and of course I believe seniors should vote. The false attacks are going to keep coming because she has nothing to run on. Her record has failed us on inflation, the border, and crime. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message for this reason. It's time for change.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, heading back to school can be an exciting time, but chances are students are feeling more than one emotion. And if a child is going to school for the very first time, that can bring its own challenges. Licensed therapist Jody Baumstein with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Strong for Life program says new and unfamiliar things can be scary for both a parent and their first-time student. She says you can help your child succeed by talking out unknowns, arming them with social skills, and also practice naming their feelings, since children often don't have the words to describe their emotions.
Closing their eyes, counting to 10, taking slow, deep breaths, using their senses to kind of bring them back and ground them in the present moment. These are things that can really calm the body, calm the mind.
Baumstein says parents and caregivers may also have all sorts of feelings as they send their first-time student to school. She says to validate those emotions as life is changing for you too. If you're feeling sad about not having as much time with your child, set up some one-on-one space for you two to connect. She says to think about what you're feeling and what you need and then give yourself that. Scientists in Colombia are working to combat dengue fever by releasing biologically modified mosquitoes. The insects are infected with a bacteria that helps prevent them from transmitting the virus. The bacteria that boosts their immune system, reducing the chances that the flying bugs will contract the dengue virus and pass it on to humans. Health authorities report a 95% decline in dengue cases in the region of Antigua, where the modified mosquitoes were released. Well, good news, the weather coming up is not that favorable for mosquitoes, with the cooler temps expected in the next couple of days. Let's send it over to Greg for the details on that.
Yeah, the positive news with the cool and chilly conditions kind of coming up is mosquitoes become less active. So that's the good news with it too coming up. But overnight we still got the showers that'll come through. You can kind of see this little line just barely coming through. La Crosse and areas will probably be closer to the morning commute hours. Warmer tonight just because of the cloud cover and precipitation out there along with that south wind. But those might be the highs in some areas as we're getting closer to Friday. Overall, the system up to the north, and there's a low just north of Winnipeg. This is bringing this front through, and that's what's going to become, but it's the air behind it that's really going to change everything going into Friday, Thursday, later Thursday, tomorrow, into Friday, along with the chilly conditions. So the light showers will continue tonight. Very light rain amounts expected with any of this. Most areas will pick up less than a tenth. Maybe some lucky ones will get to a quarter of an inch. A few more showers Thursday morning or tomorrow morning, and then breezy and definitely cooler as you go into Thursday. Although the temperatures get in the 70s, that northwest wind will make it feel a little bit cooler than what it's supposed to be. But here's the showers going on right now, just a first little batch coming through. We'll see an additional line or very scattered nature line begin to approach basically Eau Claire after about 3 a.m. And then really, if it stays together, a few showers maybe around 4 to 6 for La Crosse up to the north. Light rain amounts, not expecting really any thunderstorms with this activity. It'll come through. There you see the wind change. The arrows becoming blue into the other direction. We'll start seeing some clearing out late morning up to the north. Areas to the south maybe closer to noon. Temperatures still getting closer to 70. Then we'll start seeing the winds begin to pick up and some clouds become to approach northern areas as that cooler air begins to push into the area. Tomorrow evening's commute should be with a northwest wind. You'll feel it out there, but overall it should stay dry. Maybe a sprinkle or shower coming up later tonight as the cooler air begins well north of Eau Claire, but most of the area by this time tomorrow should be dry, but you'll definitely feel the change in the air mass. Here it comes down. This cooler air is going to settle down over the area behind this front as the jet becomes to dip well to the south, and then it's going to reside over the area, and then eventually it'll begin to push east. So we'll see a little bit modification in the temperatures maybe this weekend, but still below average. We're not expecting to get really to the 80s to next week. The good thing is it's going to be a dry pattern too, pretty much, and that goes all the way through next week. But overall, for the temperatures for tomorrow, this will probably be the last day we see some of these 70s too, mid-70s south. That sprinkle or shower chance for southern areas is very light and probably in the morning. Most of these areas will stay dry. Shower chance in the morning for areas up to the north of La Crosse, but then they'll see some sun, maybe more clouds in the afternoon. And up to Ladysmith in these areas, might see a shower even in the afternoon time, late afternoon, but overall still light rain amounts and temperatures trying to crack 70 up there, but they'll struggle too. And then the winds pick up too. And as we go into Friday, that's probably going to be the coolest day of the stretch, with some areas near Eau Claire north struggling to get to the low to mid 60s, more early October-like weather. And then as we go through the weekend, it will be dry, but still cool. And then maybe getting close to 80 next week. But it's a long stretch if we're not going to see any heat or humidity, even severe weather probably for the next week. So if you like this weather,
bring
enjoy
out the
it.
long sleeves.
But yeah, you'll probably need a jacket going out Friday night
And
with
not
some of
as
the
much
temperatures.
bug spray, right? Because the cooler
That's
the temps, the
less
likely
active
there's
they
gonna
get.
be
So that's the
mosquitoes.
positive, yes.
Yeah, all right, got it, Greg. Thank you. Coming up in sports, some Wisconsin basketball royalty was recognized on Viterbo's campus. Plus, the Logan Ranger football team is ready to prove the doubters wrong. Hear from their quarterback and head coach up next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
Would you hire a barber who's never cut hair before? So why send someone to Congress who's never held public office and never passed a single bill? I'm Katrina Shinkland. I approve this message because we need an experienced congresswoman, right, Jed?
What would Wesco look like in your home? This is Wesco in your living room. This is Wesco in your kitchen. In your bedroom, in your laundry room, even in your bathroom. Wouldn't you like Wesco in your home? Right now, save up to 25% off with discounts in every department. Wesco and Sparta, or white glove delivery and setup is always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Tell me about the day that you first found out about Nolan's birth defects.
Everything was normal up until my 20-week ultrasound. I learned my baby would not survive. I did not have the choice to do what was right for me and my family. To think that there's a possibility of a national abortion ban scares me to death.
Derek Van Orden and his extreme positions around reproductive freedoms are why I'm running for Congress. I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
Your home, a place of comfort and safety, could be trying to tell you something. Interior cracks, sloping floors, hard to open doors and windows are all signals of foundation failure that you can't ignore. At American Waterworks, we use modern techniques and warranted solutions to restore your peace of mind in your home. After all, your home's foundation issues won't get better with time, but it will with our proven solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
This election is about experience and who can find middle ground with people from both parties to get things done for workers and families. I've done that, and I'll do it again for us in Congress. I'm Katrina Shinkland. I approve this ad, and I'm asking for your vote.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
Well, practice number 2 for the Logan Rangers football team is in the books. Energy was high at the field today as the team looks to start something special this fall. Logan is hoping to turn some tight losses from a season ago into wins. They had only 3 one-possession defeats in 2023, showing how slim the margin of defeat is in the sport and how close they are to adding into that win column. Head coach Casey Noble is entering his 31st season coaching football in total and 14th with the Rangers. It's been a bit since the boys from the north side had a winning season and were crowned MVC champs, but the team is ready to join some elite company and lay the foundation for the future.
Coach Noble yesterday pulled us aside and we were able to look at all the conference championship teams in the weight room, and super motivational speech yesterday, just pumped up, ready to go.
You know, we want our kids pushing for a conference title. We want them to get back into that mode. You know, it's a culture and it's a concept that, you know, some kids aren't used to, so pushing that through is one of our big focuses on the coaching staff.
Noble also told me he loves his team's chances in the trenches this year, noting the size and skill of his linemen. Logan will open their season at Ellsworth on August 23rd. Brewers in Atlanta taking on the Braves. Pick this one up top 5, game tied until Blake Perkins sends one past the diving glove of Whit Merrifield and Gary Sanchez scores to make it 3-2. Then similar scenario all knotted up once again with Perkins at the dish, and it's Blake coming through once again. This time with the bases loaded, that clutch base knock drives in 2. Then the icing on the cake here, Joey Ortiz shoots one down the third base line. Willie Adames is going to score from first to add some insurance. Brewers get the victory 8-5. Twins playing a little daytime baseball at the friendly confines of Wrigley. Early on, it's a man on, and Matt Wallner rips one to right center. Trevor Larnach is going to score to make it 1-0 Minnesota, but the Cubs would take the lead. Then in the 4th, they extend that lead courtesy of this swing right here off of Ian Happ's bat. He gets this barrel on the 97-mile-per-hour fastball and golfs it out to right. That ball is gone. That makes it 6-2 Chicago. Cubs take this one 8-2 over the Twins and pick up the series victory. Well, there were some special visitors on the Viterbo campus today. Dick and Tony Bennett were honored for a prestigious award. Folks from the community gathered as the father-son duo were given the St. John 23 Award for Distinguished Service. Now, this award is the highest non-academic award bestowed by Viterbo. The two spoke on the 5 pillars of their coaching philosophy: humility, passion, unity, servanthood, and thankfulness. Now, Dick Bennett is one of the best coaches the state has ever seen with time at UW-Stevens Point, UW-Green Bay, and then with the Badgers. And Tony was a player for his father with the Phoenix and was selected in the NBA draft. And he's also an NCAA champion after winning the tournament back in 2019 as the coach with Virginia. The two were happy to be back together and receive the award.
The prize is not winning basketball games. The prize is having a bit of humility and being willing to serve and maintaining a level of passion for life and love and whatever.
You know, we talked about it, and I usually, don't come back much, but when I knew it would be something we could do together, and then I understood what the award means and represents, it just seemed like a natural deal.
Both also mentioned how it's rare to get recognized for something like this as a pair, but they could not be prouder of one another and what they have accomplished. Now, Emily, these guys are basketball royalty here in the state, so very cool to have them in lacrosse, and probably even cooler for them to be receiving this together.
Yeah. I really like their philosophy.
Yeah.
They really stressed humility in all of their successes.
Yeah.
Like, that's really great. And I bet you their his wife and the mom is really proud of them too. It's nice that they get to share that together.
Cool stuff.
Okay, we'll have more news right after this.
Refresh your space with a mid-century makeover at Ashley. During the Labor Day sale, discover statement pieces starting at $499.99. Plus, get 0% interest for 5 years on in-store purchases. No minimum purchase required. Shop more deals in-store and online.
I'm Lori, and I live on the Mississippi River here in southwest Wisconsin. I had a Harley for about 24 years. Years ago, bikers helped do sandbagging during the big flood. They enjoyed it so much they decided, well, let's just make this an annual event. It's called the Flood Run, and it makes me very happy to live here along the river. I voted for Donald Trump in 2016. That was one of the biggest mistakes I have ever made, period. He calls our military suckers and losers. My dad is buried in Fort Snelling National Cemetery, and he was no sucker. he was a patriot. I have no idea what drives Donald Trump to say those things. And now he says he wants to be a dictator, but he said only for a day.
I'm going to be a dictator for one day.
A dictator for a day is a dictator for life. Once he's a dictator for a day, he's really gonna like that. And there goes our rights. With Donald Trump, the big fear is what comes next.
ABPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Did you realize 90% of roofs are replaced before they need to be? With roof costs doubling in the past 5 years, there is a better solution. What if I told you there's a way to extend the life of your roof while also providing extra protection against hail, UV rays, high winds, water, and granule loss? Go Nano is a roof treatment that uses nanotechnology to extend the life of your roof 5 to 15 additional years and is 80 to 90% less expensive than replacing your roof. Contact Third Choice today for your free roof evaluation or to learn more.
Welcome to Washington, D.C. You got a bunch of loudmouth, preening politicians. It's absolute chaos. I'm Derek Van Orden, and after 26 years as a Navy SEAL, there's a few things that I learned. You stay on mission, you know what you're fighting for, and sometimes you gotta get a little dirty to finish the job. Let's go, kids. Not you. Not you. You. Let's go. I'm Derek Van Orden. And, I approve this message.
Labor Day mattress deals are happening now at Ashley. For a limited time, save up to $1,000 on select mattress purchases. Plus, get 0% interest for 5 years on in-store purchases. Only at Ashley.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
The Indiana State Fair may be home to the cheesiest sculpture you'll ever see, literally. You are looking at nearly 2,000 pounds of yellow and white cheese that has been sculpted into a piece of art. It was unveiled today. The sculptors behind this dairy concoction are Nancy Baker and Sarah Kaufman, who is affectionately known as the Cheese Lady. Since the fair's theme is classic art, the women decided to sculpt two of the most famous paintings, American Gothic and the Mona Lisa. But as you can see, they added a little dairy twist. And that's making me want some crackers. Okay, Greg will have one final look at your forecast right after this.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's a 25-cent fuel saver for every $50. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Our son Trent overcame kidney disease and beat cancer. But when he injured his leg, he took what he thought was a pain pill.
It was laced with fentanyl, and it killed him. He was 23.
We reached out to Tammy Baldwin, but all we got back was a form letter.
Obviously, she doesn't care about families like ours. Our kids are dying from fentanyl pouring across our border.
And we can't trust Tammy Baldwin to stop it.
Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Improving your home, improving your life with new windows. If you are tired of old windows that don't open or close properly, that are drafty and cold, that are rotting and falling apart, your life can be better. Enjoy comfort, convenience, and peace of mind with new windows. Feel good when your home looks great inside and out. Call or visit the board store for a prompt free estimate. Get more for less today and every day. The Board Store, 524 Copeland, La Crosse.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
I'm the proud son of a single mom.
My mom worked nights to provide for us.
My mom worked 80 hours a week.
But Eric Hovde thinks if you have a single mom, you're going to be poor or a drug addict?
That is a direct path to a life of poverty. It leads to higher drug rates.
That just shows Eric Hovde is ignorant.
Come on, I'm successful today because of my mom.
I learned my work ethic from my mom, my single mom.
What is wrong with this guy?
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's a 25-cent fuel saver for every $50. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Rain chances pretty much higher as you go further north. Eau Claire's gotten some light rain. We're talking very light rain overall, very light amounts. And then La Crosse, probably between about 4 to 6. And then areas south probably won't see much. It won't last long for Thursday. The winds pick up in the afternoon, and then the temperatures begin to drop for Friday. And could be some mid-60s for highs. Friday, you definitely need a jacket going Friday night.
Yeah, good sleeping weather.
Definitely.
Can open those windows. All right, thank you so much for joining us tonight at 10. We'll see you tomorrow.